Sam Gituku now looks at the profile of Moses Wetangula, a man who was introduced into politics by the second president of the Republic, Daniel Arap Moi, who nominated him to Parliament in 1992.
Trust that you will find this set of past rulings by your predecessors most useful. Congratulations, Mr. Speaker.
It is sweet victory for a man who has spent 30 years of his life in active politics, so far having served for a combined 25 years in Parliament. His path to the Speaker's position didn't come without a fight. Ruaraka MP TJ Kajwang had sought to block his candidature, arguing that even though he says he resigned from being a senator by writing to the Speaker of the Senate, there was no Speaker to receive his letter.
So if, as I am reliably informed, that he tendered his resignation to an office without the substantive member being the substantive holder of that office being validly in that office, then he resigned to no speaker.
The Honorable Moses Wetangula indeed resigned 2 days after the gazettement of senators by IEBC in the Kenya Gazette.
Even if Moses Masika Wetangula did not resign and did not brought you a resignation letter based on Article 74 of the Constitution, the Honorable Moses Wetangula is not a senator of the 13th Senate, of the 3rd Senate, because he has not taken the oath of office.
But National Assembly Acting Clerk Sarah Kioko told MPs that a resignation letter need not be acknowledged by a speaker for it to be enforceable.
I have satisfied myself that the Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula is qualified for election as a Speaker of the National Assembly. The House is accordingly guided.
Hours later, Wetangula led in the first vote with 215 votes, but not enough to win by first round that requires 2/3 of the House, meaning at least 233 votes. But Kenneth Marende withdrew from the race, handing Wetangula the speakership.
And that I will do right to all manner of persons in accordance with this Constitution of Kenya and the laws and conventions of Parliament without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
Wetangula now becomes the 8th Speaker of the National Assembly.
I undertake to prioritize 2 key issues. These are enhancing public trust in this House and the institution of Parliament, and nurturing and upholding comity between our 2 houses and between the National Assembly and other arms of government.
He was born on 13th of September 1956 and turns 66 Tuesday next week. A graduate of law from the University of Nairobi, he first served as a magistrate in the late 1980s until he turned to private practice and later politics. He first joined Parliament in 1992, nominated by the Independence Party KANU under President Moi. An attempt at the Sirisia seat in 1997 was unsuccessful, but he won it in the 2002 general election, running under the Ford Kenya Party, that time within the National Rainbow Coalition, steered by Mwai Kibaki. He remained in the National Assembly until 2013, when he was elected Senator of Bungoma, serving until August 2022. In June 2003, Wetangula was appointed Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs by President Mwai Kibaki, serving until January 2008. He was promoted to the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs in January 2008, serving until March 2010, when he was accused of a scandal in the purchase of land for Tokyo Embassy in Japan. Parliament had censured him, leading to his stepping aside, and this came to haunt him on the floor of the House.
This is a House of records. There is a resolution of this House, passed by this House, implementable by this House, that the person should not hold a public office arising out of matters concerning integrity.
He was however cleared in 2011 and returned to the cabinet by President Kibaki, when he served as Minister of Trade until 2013 at the expiry of Kibaki's tenure. Following the 2007-2008 post-election violence, Wetangula was among 3 other PNU politicians that represented Kibaki in the Serena talks led by Kofi Annan. President-elect William Ruto and 3 others represented Raila Odinga's side. As Senator of Bungoma, he became the Senate Minority Leader until March 2018, when he was dropped by NASA co-principal Raila Odinga, picking in his place Senator James Orengo. Wetangula has been the party leader of Ford Kenya since 2011, joining hands with Raila Odinga and others in 2012 under the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy Code, and under NASA between 2017 and 2021, when NASA Union was dissolved. Wetangula co-founded One Kenya Alliance with Kalonzo Musyoka of Wiper, Gideon Moi of KANU, and Musalia Mudavadi of ANC until January this year, when he ditched Oka and joined hands with William Ruto of UDA to found Kenya Kwanza alongside Mudavadi. He now becomes the 8th Speaker, a return to where he started his legislative career 30 years ago, uniting for the first time legislatively with his younger brother, Westlands MP Tim Wanyonyi of the Azimio la Umoja movement. Sam Gitukusrezen TV, Nairobi.